Using what we've just learned, let's compare the relative price elasticity of demand 1 and demand 2 given on this graph. Remember that the perfectly elastic demand curve was flat and the perfectly inelastic demand curve was steep. Here you can see the demand 1 is flatter than demand 2. The slope is larger in magnitude. So I know that demand 1 will be more elastic than demand 2. What does that really mean? Because both of these demand curves have both elastic and inelastic points. It means that at any given price, the elasticity for demand 1 is greater in magnitude, more elastic, than that for demand 2. And you can even see in this picture that where they cross, demand 1, we're on the elastic portion, the portion above the midpoint of the demand curve. And for demand 2, we're at the midpoint or below. So you can see that at this point, this one price, demand is more elastic for good 1 than for good 2. Another way to see that is to suppose that we have some price change. Say that the price decreases from, we'll call this P1 to P2 for both of these products. Now let's see how consumers of each good respond. Consumers of good 2 will, of course, increase their consumption as the price decreases, but only by a small amount. On the other hand, for good 1, this decrease in price results in a large increase in the quantity demanded. So you can see that for the same price change, consumers responded more, increasing quantity demanded a greater amount for good 1 than for good 2. That's why we say that demand for good 1 is more elastic than demand for good 2, even though both lines technically have both elastic and inelastic points.